Welcome back to Modded Oblivion. This is my playthrough. This is part 2. Hope you enjoyed the last part. Literally picking up where we left off last time in Barren Cave. I've cleared this. I'm now going to leave and technically start my adventure, as it were. Who knows? Didn't even see this. Didn't see that the first time. Lucky. Nice little lockpick. So as I was saying, with the kind of Vaults of Oblivion, it'd probably make sense for me to do the Thieves Guild quest so I can open up the fences, because I mean, if I was to rob one of these vaults, the amount of kind of special equipment, gold and whatever gems would just be crazy. So I mean, yeah, it'd give me a lot of gold, but you know, whether I'll be of the skill to do it, I don't know. So maybe I'll just, and I'll go to Cheydinhal now. I'll pick up some quests, interim stuff, and I'll kind of go from there. So into the great outdoors. Let's see what life has to throw at me. I'm gonna be, as I'm obviously walking about through the wilderness and stuff, I'm gonna be picking up alchemical ingredients, and it's not gonna be a kind of massive bonus for me really to pick up the different alchemical to focus mainly on kind of alchemy, but I mean, I'll just do it for the sake of whatever. So strange note, this starts the main quest line, gives you the Amulet of Kings, so it doesn't break that quest, which is good. Kind of fluid, so I'll grab that. Thank you, dead friend. And that starts that. Right, so as I said, I'm just it's gonna be very kind of organic in the sense that I'm gonna pick up these as I'm kind of walking about. I'm not gonna kind of go out my way, but I mean, I'll grab this and that just to kind of help out a little bit. Make some potions, sell them. I'll do the Nern root quest as well. Oh, someone's kicking off somewhere. What's happening? Oh, I think someone just got killed. Oh, it's a dog. Nothing special. So I'll grab these. Head up to Cheydinhal. An extra guard, it's not really gonna go amiss, is it? See, I think that the alternate start, I think that means like all the houses are already open, so you don't have to kind of buy them, you can just go in there, which is kind of a bit broke, I guess, but I mean, if they're already open, you can still kind of buy them. I mean, I'll buy them before I go in there, so it's not so kind of broken, if you know what I mean. So
smears bared, we've got ourselves a live one.
Oh, they're talking to me. Are you talking to me? Am I fighting? Okay. Someone's just shouting to themselves. Oh, here we go.
Always skirting around in the shadows.
Why do you bother me? Go away.
Oh, you're so rude. Sharpened cutlass. There we go, that's my blade weapon. And it's not broken. But generally, that's kind of...
Showing your face was the last mistake you'll ever make.
What is going on?
Do you want?
I want to find out why this woman's shouting at me for when I haven't done anything. So, what was I saying? I cannot for the life of me remember what I'm saying.
Hurry up!
Oh yeah, that wasn't so broken, if you know what I mean, because obviously normally you come across...
Presence here will not be tolerated.
You'd... Oh, so you're a bandit, yeah? Use me spears. See, this is where the skeleton comes in handy. Send boom. And just fire off an arrow. Get that done. Oh, skeleton, don't get in my way. Hit him then. I knew he was gonna hit him. So yeah, as I was saying about that traveller there, I mean, all I got was a sharpened cutlass. But I mean, most of the time when those characters fight each other, you'll end up with like Daedric equipment, which kind of is an unfair advantage. So I mean, if they've got gold on them, I'll pick up the gold. I mean, I'm not an idiot, but I won't pick up the like level 20 million weapon that kind of you can kill people in kind of no hits. Well, obviously you're gonna have to hit them once, but you know, that'll kill them in one hit. Yeah, the frame rate's kind of dropped, but literally dropped quite badly. Normally that is not a problem. Oh, there we go. It's probably because I took the sprint off. I literally stopped. So I'll just fix that in post-production. So here we are at the great town of... See that music playing? Am I getting chased down by someone? I never can tell. I think that's just normal music actually. So we'll see what Cheydinhal has to offer. Hopefully it's going to be something interesting. Open up the gates. Right, so if memory serves me, there's a couple side quests, if you will. Here there is the painter that has vanished. There is
Morning.
Well met.
The fines. There is... I think there's a couple that pop up later on. So let's see about this fines quest. Some more alchemy equipment. Look at.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Morning.
Don't really need to talk to guards or anything like that. I mean, I'll talk to people to pick up the quests, but I mean, most of them don't really have much to say. I've added Oblivion uncut as well, which which adds cut content from the post-production, like dialogue, I think holidays, and a couple quests that were cut, so it adds that back into the game, which is pretty decent.
How are you today?
So I mean, that itself is kind of pretty cool. So listen.
Stand clear. I'm sorry. No one except for Cheydinhal City Guard are allowed inside this home. Due to outstanding fines owed to the city, Aldous Authoran's property has been seized and is now sealed until further notice. Good day. We'll help an old beggar.
I'm an old beggar. Help me. Alright, so now I have to find the Dark Elf woman, I do believe. Did they actually give me the... They didn't give me the quest. I think if I just talk to anyone... In fact, I will help an old beggar, and you can help me.
My children will thank you for your help.
Oh please, you don't have any children. I wasn't born yesterday. Well, there's a bit of personality coming out now.
Ever since Ulrich Leyland took over the captain of the guard post, this city's gone downhill. It's getting almost scary to walk the streets. The guards impose new, ridiculously heavy fines for every infraction under the sun. They almost seem to make up laws just for charging fines.
Sounds good to me.
If you can't pay the fine, they take your property away and toss you in the castle dungeons. And nothing we can do about it, really. If you're interested, go talk to Lavanna Nadarin. She seems the most outspoken against Ulrich and his new finds.
Okie doke.
Blessings of Standar upon thee.
Thank you, kind sir. So, I think until I sleep, I should be okay. But, I mean, my eyes will look pretty cool red, I guess. I don't kind of want to do that now. I'll kind of get this finds thing out the way. Then I will... Corruption unconscious. So I'll get this out the way. Then I'll have a nap. I'll go to sleep. And then... if I wake up inhuman, I'll wake up inhuman. Odds are I probably will. Actually, I don't think I will. I think it goes through about 4 different dialogue things before you actually become a vampire.
Hello there.
So, I mean... oh, don't go outside. You are
You
the
seem
droid I've
far
been
too
looking
nice
for.
to be one of Ulrich's men. What can I do for you?
Thank you. Keep complimenting me, please.
Oh, please, don't even get me started. That madman won't be satisfied until everyone in town is dead broke. Or in jail. What in Oblivion is Ulrich doing with all that money anyway? I'm sure he's lining his pockets with the gold of the good citizens of Cheydinhal. Take my good friend Aldous Othran, for example. In the last month, he's been fined 6 times. 6! All for being drunk and disorderly. Have you ever gone past a guard barracks? When are they not drunk and disorderly? What kind of a stupid fine is that? Well, Aldous couldn't pay the last 2 fines, so they seized his home and threw him into the street until he could pay it. Bastards!
What about the Count?
The Count? He could care less about our plight. As long as the roast suckling pig is delivered to his feast table, he's as happy as can be.
Is there anyone who cares?
Well, there's one man who seems to care. Garrus Durelian, the second in command of the guard. I hear he isn't happy with Ulrich. I don't know what you can do for us in this situation. I mean, Ulrich is the captain after all. Perhaps you could speak to Garrus. You can find him roaming the county hall of the castle most of the time. Poor fellow. You may be able to find him roaming the streets of Cheydinhal, probably drunk. Only a month ago he lost his wife. They were traveling the road from the Imperial City when a bandit raiding party struck. He barely escaped alive. Ever since then he's been drunk. Sure, he gets rowdy sometimes, but he's never hurt anyone.
Okie doke. Off to
Garrus may be our only hope.
the castle, I guess, to find this Garrus fellow, see what he has to say. I can't imagine he'll have much to say. He's probably just trying to wangle a promotion out of this situation. If he's second in command and he's throwing his buddy under the bus, I mean, he's probably going to be so he becomes head of the guard. I mean, pretty transparent. Are you Garrus?
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
Are you Garrus? Where's Garrus? Where is he? Let's auto-complete this. I'll grab a nap, see, kind of get the vampire thing going. Head down to Ley Wimbreville. Get the Dark Brotherhood questline going. Obviously, if I'm around them kind of areas, at one point I'm probably gonna stumble into the Shivering Isles. Are you Garrus? Are you Garrus? Where's Garrus?
How goes it?
And maybe spend a little time there, see what's going on. Are you Garrus?
What do you want?
You are Garrus.
I can't say I'm prepared to speak to you about that. No telling who will end up finding out.
So you want a bribe? Please tell me I've got gold. This is going to be quite embarrassing.
All right. What a... I appreciate the gesture.
I bet you do. He's not corrupt, though. Better take a bribe.
Ulrich is definitely up to something. Every day, we take in exorbitant fines from the people. Where most of the money goes, I have a good idea. Ulrich keeps his quarters locked, but I've glimpsed inside. The things he has in there could never be purchased on a captain's salary. At first, I thought maybe he was from wealthy stock, but many of the goods have been delivered recently. I'd love to bring him to task in front of Count Indaris, but I dare not without a solid witness that will speak against him.
What about Levana?
That is, if we could sober him up for 5 minutes.
Double click that.
I haven't approached him myself, as Ulrich has eyes everywhere. However, he doesn't know you well enough yet to suspect anything. If you want to help, you need to get Aldous to agree to become a witness. Nothing else can be done.
Okay. So now I've got to find Aldous Othrin.
You must locate Aldous. He's a danger to himself and others in his condition.
Okay. Why wouldn't you do something about it then? Instead of bombing around the castle. Mr. Second in Command. Aldous, where you at? Where you at, Aldous? Let's see, I'm trying to think what other mods I've got installed. I can't think off the top of my head. I've got quite a few. There's nothing like game breaking or anything like that. No god mode or cheat things or anything like that.
What?
It is literally just pretty organic stuff. I mean, I changed the water so it's super clear, which there's nothing major about that. I just figured I'd do it because it's kind of looks cool, because at least it kind of looks bluey now as opposed to super grey. Oh, more alchemical ingredients. Oh,
Stand clear!
alright, calm down. If I wanted to go in there, I'd just break in. Are you Aldous?
What? You say something?
No.
Who are you?
I'm Aldous Othrin. Oh wait, you're Aldous Othrin. Who are you?
Ha! That stupid Swit? Throw me out of my home, will he? I'll show him a thing or two about messing with an Othran. All I did was fall down, sure. Maybe even vomited on the floor of the tavern. Charge me 6 times, Ulrich? Charge me, you fetcher! Well, I'm not standing for this anymore. You come with me and I'll show you what the Othrans can do when their backs are to the wall.
This should be good. I think this is gonna go well. There's no way this can go badly. Going off you pop boozy. He's not gonna fall down again, is he? Dude, you're swaying. Right, so he's gonna solve this quest for me, and there's gonna be nothing left for me to do. Church is decent. Oh, me? Okay.
This is my house.
Oh.
Get out of the way. Move, I say.
Sir, this property has been seized by his lordship, the Count of Cheydinhal.
Yeah, just walk
Leave
past him.
immediately.
Go on, walk past him.
I said move, or by my ancestors, I'll put you on the ground with a split lip.
Sir, I must warn you that threatening a city guardsman is an offense punishable by a fine of no less than 50 gold.
Stepped in at that time,
Hey,
buddy.
or be jailed.
You Swit. How dare you? Ulrich be damned. He can take his fine and stuff it up his backside.
You've been warned. You're now under arrest. Please, come with me.
I'll go nowhere with you, fetcher. Nowhere.
Yeah, give him a split lip. Oh, nice. Damn. That's a sick little roundhouse slide. And on that, I think we'll end this episode. I'll see you in the next one, where we will conclude or maybe investigate more of this quest. See you in the next episode.